Hello, ladies and/or gentlemen and/or creatures from the beyond. This is the Mad Hatter, and this is Ghost. Now, Ghost is a rather entertaining game. In fact, it's the first game I almost binge played for 2 days straight as soon as I got it, because it is that vastly interesting. That being said, I'm vastly less shit at it than I am with Mercenary Kings, which might frustrate some, might entertain others, I don't know. Now, we could play Survival Mode, which is... it's a lot harder, if that makes sense. However, it also kind of spices things up in a way. This is made more for the returning player, it's made more for a better player rather than the returning player, as I'm going to be playing it on Classic, because I'd rather not lose all weapons and currency and ammunition and upgrades upon dying. It also allows me to leave whenever I wish. Now, difficulty is basically how easy things are. Hard is you get no bonuses. Medium is you just don't need as many items, which is what I'm going to go with, simply because it's been a while since I've played it.
You're coming up to the security checkpoint. We're going to halt communications until you reach your destination. Enjoy the ride.
And the new star product of the giant Nakamura Corporation has become a revolution in artificial intelligence. We are talking about the Naka, a new robot that has become the perfect housekeeper in millions of homes around the world. It imitates human behavior so well that it can understand, learn, and do anything.
Those fools are playing God. They have no idea what they're doing. They constructed a whole new intelligent race. Artificial beings who can think like us, have their own desires, and make their own decisions, but without human limitations. Do you know what this means?
I know. The potential of this new intelligence is infinite. And it must be ours.
Ghost, we will sneak you into the Nakamura space station in an inconspicuous storage container. Once inside, your mission is to find the space station's core and copy Nakamura's primary artificial intelligence algorithms. They will be in constant communication to assist you when needed. Nakamura's inner defenses will be active, so be ready to face heavy resistance. We only have one chance. Do not fail us. Ghost, Operations Chief here. You should already be inside. Switch on your camera hack system. Alarms disabled and no contacts nearby. It's clear. Our IT team is trying to open that vertical door. We will need some time.
Ghost, Boogan here. I provided you with a discharge gun. It has capacitors which hold a maximum of 32 rounds at a time. They're always recharging, so ammo will always only be a few seconds away.
Unlimited ammo, huh? Let's take this toy for a spin. While you're busy with that door, I'll have fun testing this beauty on some crates.
Now, this lovely lady is Ghost. She is going to be acting as our main character of sorts, and through her, we'll most likely be exploring the vast majority of rather interesting questions the narrative of this game brings up.
Door opened. Does the word stealth mean anything?
said the alarms were down. Was I making a lot of noise?
Yes. Maybe a little too much. From now on, please only use force when strictly necessary. One last thing, Ghost. For security reasons, all future comms should start with the code name Houston.
Acknowledged.
Now, I have played the tutorial before. However, the tutorial comes with various story bits, and the story of this game is actually quite good. Hence why I'm going to be shutting up quite a bit whenever there's conversation, and I'm not actually going to be skipping through it like with mercenary games.
Houston, I see a lot of robots moving crates across an overhead bridge.
Those could be supplies moving in and out of Nakamura. Ghost, find a way into that corridor. Quietly, if you don't mind.
Roger.
Now, you may not remember this, at least past the beginning of the game. However, our mission is to finally access the core of this facility, where the Naka central processing system is kept. However, well, things never go as planned.
Looks like a sentry ahead. Houston wants stealth? I'll show him stealth. Okay, Ghost. Keep out of sight.
Now, stealth is not a very commonly useful thing to do, as beyond this first section, I don't think it's actually possible to stealth through things, like, at all. Which means most of what we're going to be doing is with the blaster.
Houston, I have utilized stealth as per your request.
This room isn't even on the alarm grid. You could have just shot it.
That's actually the first time I've stealthed through that. Normally you just walk up to it and ask, "Hello, how can I help you?" and you just shoot it in the face. Mildly entertaining. As was stated before, this game is surprisingly narrative-driven, as shouldn't really be unknown to you if you've played the dev's previous game, Unepic. For those of you that were looking for a spiritual successor to Unepic, this is it.
Houston, we have a problem. This panel says it requires security clearance blue.
We already have our team working on it. It should be opening now.
Automatic defense procedure initiated.
Nice one.
Ghost, our IT team seems to have encountered a problem. Could you investigate the area?
Now, as you're probably familiar, this game is a Metroidvania. If you haven't gathered that from the difficulty settings in that medium is, or hard is saying, only for those that are very, very familiar with Metroidvanias. Which makes this quite an interesting and difficult game at times.
Strange device.
Look, they have a 3D printer. If we can scan the model of our robot, we could print from there.
You mean we could create more robots if Ghosts gets destroyed?
That's it, man.
Jesus, it's like having infinite lives.
Houston, are you there?
Sorry, Ghost. Operations Chief here. Access the far terminal for us.
Acknowledged. Houston, I'm in front of the terminal. Instructions?
Connect the transmission device to the console.
I'm on it. Device connected.
Can you access it?
Bingo! Link has been established.
Alright, Ghost. This printer will allow us to create a new robot for you should your current one be destroyed. Place yourself on the printer. We're going to scan you.
Acknowledged.
These act as your repair points. You're going to be using these a lot. When you die, you drop all currency you were holding on that body. Currency can be used to buy new weapons and items and various things that normal Metroidvanias have.
Ghost, Operations Chief here. We're diverting resources to opening the next door. Please stand by.
Man, why do you say Operations Chief? And what's up with the voice modulator?
To make her comfortable. She's used to large operations with established companies.
If she finds out it's just us two, it may make teamwork more complicated.
I don't know, man. You're making it plenty complicated already. We're paying for her services, right? That fact alone should be enough for her to work with us.
Trust me, Boogan. Appearances are very important.
Do you two realize that you've left your comm lines open?
Hello. You've reached the voice mailbox of Operations Chief. Please leave your message after the beep.
You don't have to pretend you're some sort of secret organization.
Beep!
Hello, this is Ghost. Victor told me you're two geeks with money who hired my services. Am I right, Operations Chief? Or should I say, Jacker?
Bloody Victor!
She caught you!
Victor and I are going to have a serious talk later.
Proceed, Ghost. The door is now accessible.
As is expected from the devs that made Unepic, this game has a lot of comedy in it, despite the subject material of the narrative.
The defense turrets just shot two of their own. Maybe because of a certain power outage.
Don't know what you're talking about. Feel free to open fire.
Speaking of narrative, this game actually covers some surprisingly, well, some might find it disturbing, narrative of the validity of sentience. Or at least when it comes to AI or human-created things. The reason I'm destroying crates is because they normally hold... It's because they normally hold currency. I don't think I've seen those turrets outside of this area. The little floor-mounted ones. Yeah, this game actually explains why enemies respawn. These little robots repair them. Excuse me. Now, these turrets aren't too hard to dodge, as you can probably see, at least compared to Mercenary Kings. This game is actually somewhat easier, at least in the early areas, than Mercenary Kings. However, the difficulty does ramp up quite quickly. Right, well, not really, actually. It has a pretty nice curve of difficulty. Not actually sure what that did.
Sound?
Oh, these guys, these fuckers, these guys are assholes.
For your information...
Houston, I'm busy. Alright, what were you saying?
3 androids being dropped on your position.
Oh, thanks for the heads up.
Yeah. It might not be these guys, but guys later on that are the assholes, just simply because there are these enemies with claws like these ones that'll rush at you really fucking quickly. Which, you know, doesn't sound too terrifying until you actually see how quick really fucking quickly is.
Wow, she really pissed them off. Yeah, but she's handling it.
You think she's...
Comm lines.
Oh, whoops.
I forget what the little energy packs do, actually. I don't know. They may just give you ammo, I'm not sure. Like I said, these crates drop random shit. After a while, they'll drop currency, but I don't know when specifically that is. I know there's a cutscene associated with it. Ow. That guy was kind of stupid. You'll learn to love the guys with guns, and I'll explain it to you when we get to that mechanic. However, suffice it to say, they can be quite useful. It's unfortunate that our main gun doesn't have much damage, as I'm used to one-shotting all of these enemies. Which is strange, considering I said that I haven't played this in a while. But you get used to things.
Houston, that box had a strange cube. Shall I pick it up?
Ghost, hold on while we scan it.
Do you know what it is?
This is fascinating. It's energy in cube form that can be absorbed and collected within the chassis.
Did she just find Energon?
Funny. No, not Energon. Man, not sure what it's used for up there.
When in doubt, follow RPG rules. Pick up everything because you'll need it later.
Oh, not again, please. Jacker, this is real life, not a game?
What's the difference, Dr. Falcon?
Collect them as you see them. We'll find out their purpose later, Ghost.
Acknowledged.
Yes, this is currency. It has the wondrous effect of the quicker you collect it, the more it gives you. Over time, they'll deteriorate and give you less and less the longer it takes you to pick them up.
Houston, we have another complication.
I see the door from here. Sit tight while I hack into the relevant node.
How long is it going to take?
I don't know. Go for a walk or something.
Take a walk? Sure, I'll do that.
This
There we go.
is that mechanic I was
Let's
talking
see
about.
if that robot...
This allows you to take control of enemy
let's get
robots.
this over with. Where's that panel? Time to head back.
If you press right...
What the hell?
The door is open. Heading through.
Man, Ghost, what was that?
I was instructed to take a walk. So I did.
You're not gonna explain what that was?
Nope. Trade secret.
What that does is allow us to take control of, well, the enemy robots. Hence why I was saying those guys with guns are very useful, because it allows you to kill things from a range without putting your main chassis at risk. And so long as your main chassis doesn't die, you don't die. However, this will quickly become a story bit in and of its own right.
Houston, requesting controls to an immobile lift.
Sure thing. Seems like there's a control room past the gap. Can you confirm?
Let me take a look. Confirmation on the room's location and the presence of one robot.
All right. I'll work on getting into that system.
Don't worry, I'll be back.
Yes, there's a lot of cheesy one-liners like that, which might entertain some of you. I have a friend that does lots and lots of cheesy one-liners. This is explaining that I can right-click to return quickly. I somehow failed that jump. I am so used to double jump and being able to jump higher. You have no idea.
Hey boys, hacking going well?
You can't just drop an Arnold Schwarzenegger oldie quote and...
Good job, Ghost. Fantastic work.
No, this is ridiculous. I can't...
Go on, Ghost. I think Jacker is having a moment.
Those two are honestly quite the trip. I enjoy them. Personally, I prefer Boogie over Jacker, but that might be up. That might just be up to my personal profession. Yeah. I don't know why I was going to say profession there. That just might be up to my personal choice. Oh yes, I was going to explain it well then. Earlier. The Energon cubes are somewhat finicky in that they actually kind of encourage you to play much more dangerously. As if you're simply trying to plink at things from a distance, then you won't get there in time more often than not to be able to actually collect the max. And now I have to wait for a robot. As I was saying, you might not get there in time in order to collect the max value cube quickly enough. In which case, you'll pretty much just be rather lacking in terms of money, which can make purchasing things quite difficult, as I'm sure you can tell. Also, a very large portion of puzzles in this game will require you to take over robots in order to complete them. I'm not sure how to get up there, actually. Anyway, when in doubt, try another door. Oh, yes. I could explain this, but they'll probably say it better.
Houston, I see a console. Several sensors are detectable around it.
Don't trigger those sensors! Shoot. I think those are in a closed system. Ghost, can you...
Trigger the sensors? Shoot? Roger, roger.
Apparently not. These are basically little farming areas where you can kill... Oh, these are the robots I was thinking of. They're actually surprisingly quickly. They actually run surprisingly quickly, and they will destroy your ass if you let them. No, it might be a recolor of these. But, as I was saying, these are something of a farming area. I'll probably do a lot of these off camera, actually.
All good things come to an end.
As they allow you to kill a bunch of enemies, which in and of themselves will drop loot. However, when you complete them, they'll drop crates from various areas, allowing you to get some extra currency, which is very necessary to get a lot of the weapons and gear in this game. As it says up here in the top right hand corner, each room has its own level of alarm. The more alarm, the harder the room, and the bigger the enemies it'll throw at you. This is a very, very useful technique. As it basically allows you to kill things for free most of the time. Here's the blue card.
Found the blue security card.
Good job, Ghost. Proceed ahead.
A lot of times, areas will be gated either with an ability or with these key cards. Normally, these key card rooms will also have a little thing over here that gives you an extra level. Yes, you don't get experience, you have to actually find your levels. Which I'm sure will probably frustrate some of you. If you decide to pick up this game anyway. And we can open up that door, which will allow us to go past it into here. I know there's a quicker way to roll than that. Apparently not. Is it controlled? Yes, it is! Rolling is paramount to later puzzles, as is this technique. Seriously, you will be seeing this be used a metric fuck ton. However, I should also point out that you can't actually change rooms as your little ghosts, as you can't open up doors. Oh, I can't actually jump through these platforms. That is quite annoying. Oh, balls. Those little saw blades are annoying as shit. As more often than not, you won't notice them until you've already ran into them. At least if you're like me and just ignore them, because they're a random stage hazard.
Going smoothly. Nearly done.
I don't think you actually take damage from contact, however you do take damage from... well, you don't take damage from contact from most things. If you're just too close to those turrets, they will hit you no matter what you do. Like I said, kill all the enemies, get loot. This game is very much like Mercenary Kings in that you just blow shit up and get loot. And that is the main purpose of the game.
Get a move on.
For the most part.
Alarm deactivated.
And then, get your extra loot. Which is probably the nicest bit. I don't think it ever actually explains it in the game, however I haven't come across another aspect of it. Which is probably my favorite aspect, actually. And brings up a rather valid issue within the narrative, as well as within our own world. Cutscenes will be quiet. Robot. And that's the tutorial, ladies and gentlemen. For the most part, at least. Now, that's also probably where I'll be leaving you for this episode, so have a nice one, everyone. Goodbye. See you next time.